Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, individual out there. Today, I would like to speak about a little inspiration I just had, or I would just more call it a push or a kick in the butt. It is about inner emotional movement and observing the astral body here and now when things happening. You see, here and now in this moment, we are constantly having influxes of change and movement in our astral and etheric body. The physical body thereafter reflects it in sensations in many ways. These sensations can be enjoyable, they can be uncomfortable, they can be wondrous, they can also be curious, they can have a longing, and so on. The astral world holds our desires, pleasures, pains, longings, but also likes and dislikes, and ambitions, dreams. The astral realm, though, is not something we can just grab a hold onto and just do. Even though we idealistically see something that we want to be, it is not necessarily reality. So even though it is a very idealistic way to see the world, it is not necessarily reality or can't be realized to reality. It is only hopeful wishing. You see where I'm going here? But by observing your astral body with your ego, here and now, by finding out what is inside there, what is your longing, what do you drive for? Where are you growing and what is changing in your life? Where, what, who, and how? All of these questions, this wondering, but it has to be sincere, because if you're only merely curious, you want to find out about a little, but you have nothing to hold on to. So by having true sincerity, which you can will yourself through wanting it, through changing your priorities to something that might be more human maybe, or going but just changing your direction a teensy bit. It varies, but it has to be adjusted consciously here and now based on what is happening. You can't have any pamphlet or rule book on how to do this. This have to be adjusted and regulated based on what happens now and then, here and now, from moment to moment. You become very, very, very well versed in this when you have done it for a long period of time. And it becomes like you moving your hand or writing a line just with your inner imagination and faculties for perception. That means you can imagine a rock and you can turn around that rock. This is just a concrete example. And you can turn around that rock and see all its facets, and you can even imagine penetrating into it and see its structural, molecular structure, you see? Based on imagination. This has to do with how alive is your consciousness to reality. How much can you tune in to reality, here and now? How curious are you? And how afraid are you to find out for yourself what this is? In many ways, fear is what keeps us back. And only way to overcome fear is to do things even though we are afraid. Overcome it by overcoming it. to win over it by willfully make yourself want this. It is really a hard concept, because this has to do with your values, your integrity in life, what you focus on, what you have been taught, and what you think you know and what you know. There is a whole lot of different things in life that we might want to have a little perspective in. Because if we let ourselves go, we are slowly but surely degrading to less than animals, to demons. Our sexual drives is going berserk. We are only focusing on surface level glory and money and what we can eat, and you see all of this. This is basic animal stuff. This is basic animal hierarchy. We are not a perfectly formed animal. We are divine beings with animal forms. They are not even animal forms. They are slowly moving more and more away from our instinctual way of living and more to our conscious choice of living in freedom. In moral and ethical freedom, you can be alive in your inner being. And in your inner being, you build for yourself the values, the strengths, and find the truth based on curiosity and wonder. The more you build and the more you build upon, the stronger it becomes, until even the most well-versed and most clever of beings can argue against you and say this and this, but you know it is not true, because you have built this through struggle, striving, through really putting the bricks, brick by brick by brick, concept by concept, delving deep into your soul, finding what has been in despair, what has been darkness, what you truly have gone through to become who you are, and what is affecting you to this day based on sleep, how asleep we are and how our subconscious impulses and programmings are coming up, bubbling up to the surface, reacting. So, how curious are you of yourself? How wondrous, how sincere are you about finding out who you are? This is the question. Sometimes we must be a little, not forceful is in the regard that you have to do this, but fiery, as in, yeah, we do this for a reason. There is a reason why we do this, and the results is speaking for itself. The eloquence, the understanding for another human being and the world, the anchoring of where we are going, the hope, the faith, love, hope. We do not anymore live in despair and what if we die tomorrow? What if everything is gone tomorrow? No, we every day, every moment, every second, we are absorbing and building and studying ourselves and the world around you. And the more interested you become in the world and another human being and another's interests and another's path and their development, then you can truly start to grab a hold on to deeper truths of reality, where we humans normally don't go because we think it is personal and we are to hide our emotions, our inner aura, and our soul away. Hide it like the cowards we are. And we are not truly cowards either. It is misplaced values. This has to do with what we have been taught. The survival of the fittest, domination, manipulation, lies. Yes, that is completely how everything is sustainable, right? Nothing is destructive in that way of living. I think I might be done for today. The thing is with reality and what we have come to a conclusion and what we have come to understand in life is where we have put our values in. Let's say you are an atheist that don't believe in anything. It truly is a disease, because you cannot find value, purpose, and meaning in life other than eating, surviving, and working. That is what atheism does. It has no impulse, it has no true grand plan of things. It doesn't have an architecture, which in itself can't be a reality, because reality is an an architectural structure of a most sublime kind that can't be denied. We in ourselves have this wonderful structure, this wonderful form. And to not see it, you cut yourself away from your life force and from faith, love and hope, which brings about health, which brings about radiance of life, of beauty. Thanks everyone. This was wonderful. I love you all. May you find your wonderful path, and may you find out who you are, so that we can truly bring about loving, caring, wonderful changes to humankind, and a balance, so that when the time comes for the war against all, that means everyone for themselves, we at least have built a foundation for morals and ethics, so that we do not let ourselves go in egotism and despair. Love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May the Christ and Holy Spirit and Father guide us all on this beautiful path, and the hierarchy also influx us with a lot of inspiration and beauty and unfoldment of developing kind. Love you all. Thank you. Goodbye.